Hey, good morning, Mr. Rampersaud.
Good morning, Mr. Bahadur.
How
How
are
are
you
you?
doing this
I'm
morning?
fantastic, and you?
Likewise. Last week we spoke to Mr. Saul, and he was telling us about the premium equipment CMSI offers at affordable prices. So, I wanted to zone in a bit on that for our customers, and let's focus maybe on the MNChip a bit because that's biochemistry and it's the first equipment on the lab package I noticed. So, let's begin. Why should a customer choose the MNChip Biochemistry Analyzer?
If I was to elaborate a little bit on the MNChip, for me, it's a perfect analyzer for small facilities, pharmacies, doctors' offices. That's what it's aiming at. Biochemistry testing is a very large line in diagnosing patients, and it's particularly important when you're looking at areas such as glucose. We all know that persons in the Caribbean have strong challenges with diabetes, liver function, kidney function, and a whole host of other areas, but that's what it zones in on. But it's a fully automated system and it doesn't need a lot of skills to operate. So what we would have noted is that we can train technicians, we can train phlebotomists, nursing assistants, those types of folks to understand and operate the instrument. So the
Right.
first point I would like to make is the ease of use.
Very
It's,
user friendly and stuff
yes,
like that.
exactly. So once you can operate a touchscreen phone,
Right.
the screen is about the same as that of a small tablet. So just basically you're touching and you go through. It's three simple steps, which is
Nice.
you add the sample and the diluent. You insert that disc into the analyzer, and within a matter of minutes, you have a diagnostic report for the patient. So that's one factor, which is the ease of use. The other is the ranges. So for doctors, they would be very cognizant of testing panels. So it has like a Chem 17, a Chem 21, a Chem 11. And for the doctors and pharmacies who speak that language, they would understand that um, the applicability of this system, it works for the full range. So anybody comes in and they want a general chemistry done on them, it's quite easy to be done. So
Right.
that's a really good point as well in terms of the range of tests that you
The
get on the
testing range,
instrument.
or wide testing range.
Exactly. Biochemistry instruments generally have a separate compartment for electrolytes, for example, but this instrument, it's all built in
Nice.
and small. So that's point number two in terms of the range it has. Point number three would definitely be the smallness of the equipment. So as you can see, I have my laptop here. So
Right.
the equipment is half the size of this laptop.
Really?
Yeah,
Half
really.
the
So
size?
half the size.
Oh, wow,
So
man.
you were looking at any small area that doesn't have a lot of vibration in your office. Some doctors even put it right on their desk next to them.
Right.
So they can be able to get that sample done quickly. So it's a really, really small system to be able to do that. And then the final point I'd like to make on it, which is the fourth point, is the cost. So if you were to do, let's say, and we would have done this throughout the Caribbean, if you were to do a chemistry panel, let's say a Chem 21 on a patient, the cost can run you as much as 150 US dollars per patient.
Right.
And a lot of doctors who don't offer laboratory services, they would see patients who would need this type of full diagnostics, but because they can't afford it, they would say, you know what, let me just do what I think is important here rather than full, the entire panel that the
Right.
patient needs to do. With this kind of instrument, you can be able to get the full range of testing done, so the full Chem 21, make a handsome profit or a pretty profit
Right.
on it, and the cost is going to be less than 50% of that. So let's say you're doing the Caribbean range is $150. You can do $75, and in some cases we've even seen $50 for the facilities that has high throughput and high patients coming in and out, and still make a handsome profit. So if I was to if I was to go back the 4 points, it's gonna definitely be the ease of use. So we can train practically any medical personnel within the office to get it done. Definitely the range of tests that can be done on it. Small footprint is number three, and four is going to be the cost to the end customer is going to be very small. I can also throw time in there because your testing time ranges in less than 15 minutes.
Right.
So you can have a patient wait in the lobby, and within half an hour to 45 minutes, you can be able to diagnose that patient and they can be able to go.
Nice,
So
nice.
that's in a nutshell, probably a big nutshell. That's the MNChip Analyzer for you. We look forward to working with anyone who's interested on it.
Where can we get this MNChip Analyzer once more?
Of course, at the sole authorized Caribbean distributor for it, which is Caribbean Medical Supplies Inc.
Nice. So we're not talking Guyana only right now. We're talking Trinidad, Jamaica, Dominica, entire Caribbean.
In the entire Caribbean region.
Nice, man. All right. Thanks a lot for your time, buddy.
Perfect. You guys take care.
Bye bye,
Bye.
Mr. Rampersaud.